Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. Nice to have you here. Today's video is going to be something that I promised earlier that I will do. This is the 10 worst product I tried in 2017. These products just didn't work out for me. It of course doesn't mean that they can't work for you. Some of these might be your favorite products, but for me they were just no good. I hate it when YouTubers have to put this disclaimer in every disappointing product video, but there are always people who get upset when somebody is talking bad of some of their favorite products. The first product I want to talk about is these Milani baked blushes, and I have a couple of shades here. I know the Milani baked blush in Luminoso is a cult favorite, and I actually like that one too. I have Luminoso and I think it is an excellent blush. It is beautiful, it has gorgeous sheen in it, but these blushes, these shades, they look like cheap. I have here shade Dolce Pink. I actually have this blush on today. I still wanted to try it, and it's just, I have to pack it on so much to get the blush to show up. And it may look nice right now, like nice natural type of blush, but I just think that it is too much work for me. I want my blush to be more pigmented. The other shade that I don't like at all is the shade called Corallina. Now this one is actually pigmented blush. If I had on this blush as much as I do have the Dolce Pink, I would look like completely clown right now. But the pigmentation is not problem with this one. With this one, the problem is that this has a huge glitter chunks in it. I don't get it. I don't get it, like, how is the Luminoso shade so beautiful with such a pretty sheen and it looks like an expensive blush, but this one looks so cheap. I think this blush is very inconsistent what comes to shades. One shade is very beautiful, but the two other shades I have are just... Another one don't have pigment at all, and another one is pigmented but has ugly glitter chunks in it. The next product I'm going to talk about is a concealer. This one is not vegan. Almost everything I'm talking here is vegan, but this one is not. And it is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I have it in shade Light Ivory. This concealer does have a good coverage, but other than that I don't like this. First of all, this shade is very weird. It's very orangey on me, and I think this is the second lightest shade. But this for me is the straight up orange. I mean, I could use this as a peach shade under eye corrector, but the another problem with this one is that for me it creases very much. So I don't like this under my eyes, and this shade is something that I could not use anywhere else than under my eyes. I also don't like at all this packaging. It is this squishy tube with this brush applicator. I think this is very messy. I know that Dove applicator may not be at all more hygienic, but at least those are not as messy as this one. The next product I'm going to talk about is a eyeshadow that I just think it's quite bad. And actually I'm wearing this eyeshadow today, and it is the Pixi by Petra eyeshadow. I have this eyeshadow Mesmerizing Mineral palette in Plum Quartz. It has some beautiful shades in it, some plummy sage, this bronzy rose gold shade I have on my list right now. I have also this shimmery dark brown in my outer corner, and I think these pinks are very pretty, but the problem with these are that they really lack in pigment. The pigmentation is not good, but if you are trying to use a setting spray, I feel these act very weirdly. They go on patchy and they are so difficult to blend. I actually tried to put on this shade with setting spray today, and it was so awful that I had to take off my eyeshadow and do it again without setting spray. I don't hear people talking about Pixi shadows very much, and after trying this palette I'm no longer wondering why. I would like to try the It's Eye Time palette, but if the quality is same than in this palette, I will pass. So if you have tried the It's Eye Time, I would like to hear your experiences. Is it worth of buying? You know, in Finland that It's Eye Time palette is over 50 euros. So it is, or is it over 40 euros? I think it's over 40 euros, so in dollars it is over $50. That is ridiculous. But if I will try it, I will order it from US. But I would like to hear your experiences of that. The next product I'm going to talk about is something that actually makes me very angry, and it is the Milani powder brush in Romantic Rose. I fucking hate this blush. I'm sorry about my bad language, or me cursing, but I will get mad when I'm thinking about this blush and when I'm talking about this blush. So, first of all, this looks beautiful. This has this very luxurious looking cold packaging, and the powder itself is in a rose shape and it looks absolutely stunning. But the formula of this is very dry, very patchy, and this lacks in pigment. So it is, I think it is a bad blush. And I don't see many people talking about these blushes, and I understand why. And why I especially hate this product is that this was labeled as vegan when I bought this. I started to buy only vegan cosmetics spring last year, and I bought this in the summer, and I checked from Milani website and this said vegan. This was the only of the powder blushes that said vegan, but this is actually not vegan. This contains lanolin, and it fucking makes me angry. Because in case you don't know what lanolin is, it is ingredient that is made from sheep wool, and those sheep are not sheep that go on eating grass somewhere outside. No, that ingredient is coming from fucking Lederhoses. So I am so angry because, you know, as vegan, I feel like Milani lied to me. I actually noticed this when I was checking out the Milani website, and I noticed that many products that was labeled as vegan before wasn't labeled as vegan anymore. I am personally an ethical vegan. I have watched a whole lot of videos from Lederhoses. I don't want to watch them anymore, and I do not eat meat. I do not buy leather. I don't want to have anything to do with those products that come from Lederhoses, and I really want to trust brands with their claims. Like sometimes when I check out a blog post of vegan products from some brand, I may check the ingredients myself before purchasing, because, you know, the bloggers are not usually professionals. They do the blog just for hobby and for fun and to help other vegans out there, and, you know, I understand they may do mistakes. But if a brand says that some product is vegan and then it actually contains some disgusting ingredient that comes from Lederhose, it just fucking pisses me off. So fuck you, Milani. I will not be repurchasing any of your products. If you apologize and, you know, explain the situation, I may forgive you, but before that I do not want to buy any more Milani products. Whew, I get a little heated when I'm talking about this, but it's the same issue than, you know, if you buy from a brand that claims to be cruelty free and then it turns out that they sell in China. Like, that happens also. That happens too. Okay, the next product is a nail polish I'm actually having right now. I do have in this hand 3 coats of it, and still I can see my nail color peeking through of some points. And in this hand I have only 1 coat, and it is so streaky and ugly looking. So the nail polish I'm talking here is the Pacifica 7-3 nail color, and this is in the shade Immortal. I mean, this is a beautiful shade. It is a light peachy shade, but this is just so unpigmented. Like, I understand that not 1 coat can give the perfect coverage, but if even 3 coats will not give absolutely full coverage, I think it is a bad nail polish. I should put 1 more coat, 4 coats that I would get a total full coverage. And this hand, where I have only 1 coat, it's so streaky and ugly looking. I mean, I would prefer if this was a sheer formula, where my nail would have just a sheer peachy coat, but now it's just streaky and weird. I will probably use this up, but I will not repurchase this, and I will not buy more Pacifica nail polishes. But I must say that this is absolutely beautiful packaging. The rest of the products are actually something that I don't have anymore, but I will of course put the pictures on the screen. And yeah, these products, well, they were such scrappy products in my opinion that I just decluttered them and I do not miss them, so yeah, here we go. The next product I'm going to talk about is a sugar lip crayon. This one I got from Lip Monthly and I was quite excited because it is a matte lip crayon. The shade was absolutely beautiful, deep red, but it was so ugly on my lips. First of all, it was very patchy and uneven, and no matter how many coats of this lip product I would put on, it would still be patchy and it was so drying. It was like a very bad and matte, uncomfortable liquid lipstick. It was like, I think only the Colourpop Ultra Matte lipsticks have been more uncomfortable to wear. The next product I'm going to talk about is actually the worst false lashes I have ever used, and they are the Essence Beauty Secrets Fancy Lashes. I mean, I have never used lashes that are so cheap, fake and plasticky looking. They were also very hard to apply. The lash band was very weird and flimsy. It was like, ugh. They were so terrible lashes. I did wear them only once. They were just... And the model of those lashes was also something that just made the lashes look even worse. They had quite much volume going on, so they looked even more plasticky. I actually did like the Essence those accent lashes. I think they were quite good and natural looking and not that plasticky. I don't know if the material is the same or not, or if it's because they are just accent lashes. The next product I'm going to talk about is a makeup sponge, and I like to use sponges and I like to use more affordable sponges. I personally think Beauty Blender is quite expensive and I buy it only if it is on sale. One sponge that has been my absolute favorite is the Real Techniques Miracle Sponge, the orange one. But I tried the Real Techniques Miracle Sponge, the diamond version, and it was awful. It was so weird. Like the shape of it, I mean, it was quite big and it was a beautiful looking and the marble print in it was beautiful, but it was so like unpractical. It was weird and big and I felt so clumsy when I used it, and I think it did suck up much more foundation than the normal Real Techniques sponge, so that was also something. The material in the diamond sponge was definitely different. I actually haven't seen that sponge in videos like in a year, so I feel like it was something that Real Techniques thought that, yeah, let's bring out this fancy sponge which has a diamond shape, and you know, then it's turned out to be a total gimmicky product. I mean, they do have a good sponge. The Miracle sponge, it's actually a good sponge. They have it. So why do they have to bring out this like weird diamond shape sponge that sucks up all your foundation and is so clumsy to use? I just didn't get the whole release. The next product I'm going to talk about is the Essence Mono Eyeshadow in the shade Tiffuny, and it is the silver shade. I actually have one mono eyeshadow. This is not the Tiffuny, this is the shade All I Need, but it looks like this, and this is discontinued. But I think when I swatched the Tiffuny that Essence has in those bands that can be put in a palette, the Tiffuny in those seemed to be completely same than the Tiffuny in this one, and that's maybe the worst eyeshadow I have ever seen. It was so powdery and, you know, sheer. There was no pigment, it was just a powdery mess. And I tried to use it once. I mean, when I swatched the product I was like, yeah, this is going to be a shit, but I will give it a chance. So I tried it once, and no matter how much I pack it on, it's not pigmented, and in an hour the shade was already gone. Like there was no eyeshadow in my lids because it was just so powdery, so sheer, so weird. A bad, cheap eyeshadow. This shade, All I Need, is actually very good. This is a taupe shade and it could be much more expensive eyeshadow, I think. It's creamy, it's pigmented, it's beautiful. Nothing to complain with this shadow, but I do think these Essence eyeshadows are quite inconsistent, so I recommend you to either swatch them in store if they have testers, or if not, check the swatches from internet. Okay, only one left, so this is the absolutely worst product I am talking in this video, and this is actually quite fun because in my 10 favorite product of 2017 I talked at first place about a deodorant. I mentioned the Marks & Spencer antiperspirants and I absolutely love them. And I'm talking about a deodorant also here in the absolutely shittiest products of 2017. This is the Urtekram coconut deodorant. I mean, it should say something that if I don't use a deodorant at all, I will smell better than with using this deodorant. I don't know what it was in this particular deodorant that made me smell so bad. I used it once when I was at work and I had on a tank top. I didn't have something like this. I don't expect those natural deodorants to keep me dry. So I had on a top. I just wanted the deodorant to keep me not for smelling, and I smelled so bad. I had to go in the middle of the workday. I had to go to the bathroom and wash my armpits so that I would not smell that bad. I think I tried it a couple times when I was at home and I noticed the same thing. I smelled so bad and I would start smelling like in an hour. So yeah, that was not for me, and I'm done with all this natural deodorant stuff. The smidge ones actually do keep me dry, but the problem with those is that they irritate my skin and I don't have to use a smidge deodorant but only one time, and my armpits are full of those red pimples and they hurt and they are so irritated. A cosmetic selection in Finland, especially in stores, is quite limited and we don't have much vegan antiperspirants out there. All the vegan deodorants are actually this natural type of deodorants and I don't really like it because not all the vegans want this natural stuff. Like, no, I don't really care if a product is natural or not. I don't care. What I do care is that does it work for me? I don't care if it contains aluminum. Like, I mean, if you care of those toxic ingredients, you don't have to use them. But for me, it is not something that I'm so skeptic about. What matters for me is that product is cruelty free, it's vegan, and it works for me. And when I'm talking about deodorants, I want it to keep me dry. And I'm so happy I found those Marks & Spencer deodorants I talked in my favorites videos. I'm done with all this natural deodorant stuff and I'm keeping using antiperspirants. Okay, so those were the 10 worst products I tried in 2017. I actually think it's quite fun to talk about products that I just don't like, and I'm sorry if these are your favorite products. I mean, it's good, but for me this did not work out. If you liked this video, please put a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to see more of my videos, I do videos of makeup mainly and other beauty stuff, and I do cruelty-free videos. Comment down below what was the absolutely worst product you tried in 2017, and see you in the next video. Bye bye!